the goals you are setting are not big enough. Sometimes it can be easy to make the mistake of going for realistic objectives for the coming months and years. Sometimes it's all too easy to push yourself, but not to the fullest of your ability. You're making progress, but it's not the fullest amount of progress that you could be making. You should have goals that absolutely terrify you. You should have goals that you wake up every single day and genuinely question yourself as to how you are going to complete this task, how you're going to get there in the time frame that you've set out. It creates a sense of urgency. From the moment you get out of bed, first thing in the morning, to the moment you get back into bed last thing at night. There is now a sense of urgency because you are walking around with this ridiculous goal. Everything you do is now ramped up in intensity. You are more purposeful. You have something far bigger to aim for. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say aim big, I'm not saying aim crazy. However, there's a sort of catch to that, because there's a benefit of aiming somewhat crazy with these goals. I'm not saying that, for example, if you start a YouTube channel, within the first 6 months, you should be saying to yourself that you're going to get 5 million subscribers. No, of course not. Be measured in some sense, but instead of going for a low goal, go for a big goal, go for something that fires you up. This is a mistake I have made personally. I've had reminders about this from friends and people I look up to in this sort of space. And it's important, guys, to set goals for yourself that scare you. Set goals for yourself that fire you up. Because ultimately, although you might still be progressing when you set those realistic goals and realistic targets, I want you to imagine how much faster you would be progressing if you'd set yourself a ridiculous goal. Let's say, for example, right now you've got $1,000 or £1,000 in the bank, and you've got a goal to have 5,000 in your savings by the end of the year. Let's say that's the goal from now. Now, if you say to yourself, you no longer want 5,000, you want 20,000, the way that you look at the situation changes completely. In order to get £5,000, you're probably going to have to save and invest and do a couple of things. But to generate £20,000 in that period of time, you're going to have to do something different than that. You're going to have to do something more than that. And what happens when you set an almost ridiculous goal like that is that your brain starts firing and your brain starts to understand the severity and the work that it will take to achieve this goal. And you operate at a different level of intensity. You know, when you wake up, you realize this is a seriously big goal. If I'm not on it every single day, I'm not going to meet it. I'm not going to achieve it. And the reality is you might not achieve it. That's a potentiality that could happen. You might not achieve the goal. But I guarantee you that if you aim for the 20,000 instead of the 5,000, by the end of the year, you're going to have a hell of a lot more than the 5,000. So in some ways, although maybe you don't meet the 20,000 mark that you were intending to meet, you still win because you smashed through the original intended outcome, the original goal. So the message within this video today, the method behind the madness, is to set goals that light a fire inside of you and that almost force you to work hard. You can't afford to take time off. You can't afford to get lazy and sit on your ass doing nothing. You have to be active. You have to be switched on, because your goal is so ridiculous that even one moment drifting from it is going to sabotage things for you. So look, if there's a goal that you've got right now, I really want you to ask yourself, am I pushing myself to the fullest of my ability with this current goal that I have set? Am I really, really stretching myself? Or is this a goal that I could, with a bit of work, comfortably achieve? I want you to be honest with yourself, because I have made this mistake myself. Sometimes we get lost in our personal development and we start to almost become too measured and too conservative with the goals that we set. So we set something that we know is achievable, and because we know we can achieve it with relatively low effort, the effort that you put into the actual work starts to slow down. So no more. Instead, let's set a goal that terrifies you. Let's set a goal that lights a fire within you. You wake up every day thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And then you get to work, because you don't have much more time to ask yourself any more questions. But when it's something that you know you can do, you become comfortable. So don't allow yourself to be comfortable. And look, I think if you follow this strategy, you're going to see some real good results. So set yourself a crazy goal. You might not hit that goal, but I guarantee you, if you go for the high level goal, the difficult goal, the crazy goal, you're going to do a hell of a lot better than if you just went for the achievable goal. So look, give it a go and push yourself to the absolute limit. Anyway, guys, look, I hope you took some value from this video today. If you did take some value, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel for much more from me. Every subscriber means the world to me. So if you subscribe, it helps me out, it grows my reach on this channel, and hopefully I can reach more people and pass the message on to more people. And of course, please comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. I would be really interested to hear your thoughts. And additionally, if you guys are interested, I run a free men's Discord community. The link to that is in the description of this video. There's over 25 like-minded guys in there right now. So if you are looking to make some changes in your life, both personally and professionally, like the 25 guys in this community, make sure to join. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is click the link down below. And look, if you are interested in hopping on a one-to-one coaching call with me, the link is also down below. All you've got to do is book yourself a slot. Anyway, guys, thank you for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next one.